Hello there. Ted Alexander here from the Baptist Heritage Revival Society, and I'm doing what a lot of you guys like to do. I'm reading some Baptist history. This book happens to be American Crimson Red from my dear departed friend, Dr. James Beller. He used to be a great blessing on our tours, as I had him be our main speaker many times. We're conducting a tour this year in the month of May, and that's May 13th through the 17th. We're going to launch from North Carolina, and we're going to start at the Sandy Creek Baptist Church. Just wanted to give you a rundown of some of the spots that we're going to see. Sandy Creek is great in and of itself, but we're going to be going to Samuel Harris sites. The great evangelist, Brother Beller used to call him the greatest used and least known evangelist in American history. Started over 60 churches in Virginia. That set the stage for the Baptists to be able to, with one united voice, win religious liberty for America. We're going to be leaving from there, and we'll be going to John Weatherford sites, another one of those in prison preachers. One of the interesting things about this tour, in addition to all of the Baptist history sites we're going to, is that the Baptists had many friends, and some of them were founding fathers. And so we're going to be studying Baptist history and couching that in a larger theme of religious liberty, showing you places where Baptists were in prison, but stopping at homes like Patrick Henry's Red Hill in Southern Virginia. We're going to have some living characters on this tour as well, and Patrick Henry just might show up for our viewing pleasure. In addition to that, we'll be going to the Virginia Baptist Historical Society, and then on day number 3 rather, we're going to be going over to the Leland Madison Park, where John Leland had a significant interview with James Madison and persuaded him to give us our First Amendment and grant the Baptists the religious liberty they'd been fighting for and sitting in jails over for many, many years. But what's interesting about this, even beyond that, is that from there we'll go straight to James Madison's Montpelier. That's the home of James Madison. That stop alone is about a $50 value. And it's going to be wonderful to be able to go from Leland Madison Park and to show you not only how close Madison lived, but to show you what his home was like and his property was like. We'll eat lunch right after that. And this day is a big day because then we go to Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, which is just down the road near Charlottesville, Virginia. Once we leave Monticello, we'll be heading back south. And then a couple of the other big stops are on the final day, we'll be going to Valdez. That's in North Carolina. That's the Waldensian reproduction, where they have the cave church and a lot of different monuments and markers. We'll be having a catered Italian dinner while we're there. And then the final stop just kind of closes everything off. And I love this place. It's the Battle of Kings Mountain. The Over Mountain men marched, some of them as many as 13 days. Some of them had no shoes, no weapons, and they marched to a place where they won a victory and turned the tide of the revolution. This is not something we're just making up. You'll see all of this. You'll see documentation for it. You'll be in their museum and many other museums as we go about this tour. We're on a comfortable coach, and we have some great speakers lined up. And as I mentioned, some of the founding fathers may show up, and so I hope you'll anticipate that. But all the information can be found at the Baptist Heritage Revival Society.net website. And if you'll go to Baptist Heritage Revival Society.net/tours, all pertinent information is there. One of the deadlines is coming up. That's the early bird deadline, and that will give you the cheaper price of $550. We keep these tours absolutely as cheap as we possibly can. We don't make a dime on these tours. In fact, if you'll ask any of the guys that have helped me, like my assistant director, Brother Terry Danford, Pastor Terry Danford now, going back into the pastorate, they'll tell you that I've lost my shirt on these tours, trying to keep it as cheap as possible. I hope that you'll consider coming. So many have told me through the years, Brother Alexander, next year, I really want to come sometime on one of those tours. I promise you, this will most likely be the greatest tour that we've ever conducted. I can't think of a better lineup than not just all the great Baptist sites, but also the great friends of the Baptists, the founding fathers themselves. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be educational. One preacher had said this one time to me. He said it was the greatest revival meeting I've ever been to. God surely does show up. I hope you'll show up this year. Again, that is May 13th through the 17th. And you can contact Brother Terry Danford or myself, and you'll be getting information if you receive this video clip or the address for it in your email. You'll be able to have the information in the email to contact Mr. Danford or myself, and we'll be able to help you out. to give you all the information and answer any questions that you might have concerning flights, pickups, and things of that nature. And so please don't hesitate to contact us. My personal cell number is 915-526-2832. Again, I hope you'll pray about it, and I hope you'll come this year on the Baptist Heritage Revival Society Baptist Heritage Tour